These freaky monsters are gonna get me if I get too loud on this, so... My name is Zack. I love discussing all things cinema and entertainment. I really do appreciate you guys clicking on the thumbnail today, and I really hope you enjoy your stay. Because our topic today, we are continuing right along in our Halloween special. We are getting right down to the nitty-gritty. Our last 3 reviews coming up this week. First up is a doozy. We're looking at A Quiet Place, back from 2018. And this one was directed by Jim from The Office, John Krasinski. It's also starring him along with his wife, Emily Blunt, alongside Millicent, Simmonds, and Noah Jupe. And it's about a family who must live in silence to avoid mysterious creatures that hunt by sound. Knowing that even the slightest whisper or footstep can bring death, Evelyn and Lee, played by Blunt and Krasinski respectively, are determined to find a way to protect their children while desperately searching for a way to fight back. The movie's plot is literally just what it says on the poster. If they hear you, they hunt you. And I think that's what makes A Quiet Place so great, among a bevy of other things as well. This is one of the simplest concepts brought into the scary genre for a long time, and it still feels wholly innovative and unique to itself. Now, I've said this before on my channel, especially when I reviewed part 2 of A Quiet Place, but I think John Krasinski just may be secretly the most talented guy working in the industry right now. He's proven he can perform at a high quality in a multitude of different genres as an actor, namely comedy with his stint as practical jokester Jim Halpert. And he's just a naturally funny guy too. If you've ever seen him on Lip Sync Battle along with Anna Kendrick, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this film is what truly brought him into the limelight, not just as a dramatic actor, but as a genius director. He approached this thing with such immaculate finesse. Every scare feels like it's earned. Nothing feels necessarily forced. The opening to this film is particularly chilling, where we see the monster snatching up Lee's young son because of a toy model rocket making too much noise. It's such incredibly frightening stuff. And every single new situation Krasinski presents to the audience just gets more and more intense as the movie goes deeper. The most intense of which involves Emily Blunt's character, who is very much pregnant at the time. She goes into labor and she has to induce that child as quietly as possible, while also nursing an injury she sustains in her foot. It's so stomach-churning, and Emily Blunt sells every bit of agony that her character is going through. Not to mention that Blunt is damn good in this movie, sharing some immaculate chemistry with Krasinski himself, which should be no surprise considering that they're actually married in real life. I mean, all the performances in this thing are top dollar. Don't overlook the children in this film either, particularly Millicent Simmonds, who was fantastic. I'd like to specifically praise the scene where she and Krasinski are just using sign language, and she's basically conveying to him that the cure for her deafness never works properly. God, it's so moving. This is the stuff of instant classic filmmaking if I ever saw it. And that all brings me to my biggest praise about A Quiet Place: the concept. The whole idea of these monsters who are blind only being able to hunt you down if you make the slightest sound is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Which brings me to some incredible sound design, and it's very minimal as well. That should come as no surprise considering the title of this film. But this allowed for some truly incredible moments of filmmaking and acting exclusively with ASL. It was just really cool to watch it all unfold. Even though the first time I watched this in the theater, it was slightly ruined by whoever decided to bring their baby to the showing. I'm not even joking you. That's how my first round through A Quiet Place unfolded. Literally, the first 20 minutes of that experience were just the film silent on screen, and it's all set to the tune of a fussy little one who I could tell did not want to be there. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. But on the contrary, guys, the film as a whole is one that I would absolutely recommend you watch this season for sure. Literally, my only issue with the first Quiet Place is that I wish it were longer. But that's remedied by A Quiet Place Part 2, which I've also reviewed on the channel. I'll go ahead and leave a link to that at the end card if you're at all curious. But A Quiet Place Part 1 is a film that is perfectly paced with a very moving finale. And this is a film that just flies by. It's absolutely a wonderful choice to go back and rewatch over the Halloween season. I'm gonna give A Quiet Place an A. For those of you keeping score at home, this is the exact same grade I gave to part 2. I clearly loved both of these installments. I think they're just so unique and so innovative. Very curious to see if they make any more of them. Only time will tell. And of course, guys, feel free to sound off as much as you like down in the comments section below with your guys' thoughts on A Quiet Place. Also, let me know what you thought of part 2. I'm definitely curious to start discussing this. Hot takes only. Let me know which part you prefer between both Quiet Place films, part 1 or part 2. And also, I'm curious, what do you guys think is the most innovative movie you've ever seen? Because as you guys know, I love creating this content. I love discussing all things cinema and entertainment with you guys. Now, if these topics sound appealing to you, I would recommend hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers here on the channel. Hopefully, we can reach that by the end of the year. Hopefully, you guys can help me out on that journey. It's 100% totally free to you guys, and you will also be the first ones to know anytime a new upload hits my channel. And if you guys enjoyed this review, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on your way out. That would be tremendous. And as always, guys, stay tuned for more exciting content about all things cinema and entertainment hitting this channel very, very soon. Look out for my reviews for Last Night in Soho, the new Edgar Wright, what looks to be the new Edgar Wright classic, rather, hitting theaters this upcoming weekend, along with what look to be some other scary movies that are hitting streaming and theaters this weekend. I'm thinking Antlers, Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin. I'm definitely curious to talk about that one. And of course, I've got only 2 more reviews after this in this year's Halloween playlist. Coming up next, we're going Stephen King again. We're looking at It Chapter 1. The single most popular film to be requested for this year's playlist. Your wish is my command, my friends. I can't wait to discuss that movie with you and much, much more. Y'all are the best. I cannot thank you guys enough for your support up to this point. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.